Okay. Are we back? Looks that way. So. Play what up? Oh, was it the Deadly Class trial bit? That was repeating. That we repeated for the 4th time. Let's just review the clues again one more time. Again, the victim was Sakura Ogami. Time of death was estimated around 12 noon. Body was discovered in the rec room on the 3rd floor. Evidence of a strong blow to the victim's head. No other injuries were noted. It seems at some point the victim suffered from violent vomiting of blood. A chair had been jammed against the door within the rec room, blocking access from the outside. It's believing the killer did this to create a locked room scenario. Sakura was found dead, seated in a chair, slumping forward. Traces of blood were found around her mouth, presumably from when she vomited blood. However, there was no injury or indication as to why she would have vomited blood. In DBZ narrator voice. Nice. A bloodstain was found in front of the shelf of magazines. The blood's presumed to be Sakura's. No explanation for how a bloodstain would appear so far from where the victim was found. At one point, Aoi had been injured and taken to the nurse's office. She gave a piece of candy to Sakura, which had this kind of wrapper. According to Aoi, she monopolized this candy as soon as it became available, so obtaining a piece would have been difficult to impossible. Pieces of red glass scattered near the table in the rec room. Conclude the shards must have come from a bottle. Monokuma file lying on the rec room floor. A number of red bottles in the shelf. Some kind of unknown correlation between the bottles. An empty protein drink was found near the door. Had a label reading Chem A2. Shards of glass in the window was broken to get into the room. Found around and underneath the container. Fresh handprint inside the rec room's open locker. Locker was open before they opened the locker room. There's no way someone was hiding there before they arrived. Sakura had written notes to Toko, Byakuya, and Yasuhiro asking to meet her in the rec room by noon. She slid them underneath each person's room door. Byakuya confirmed he received the note. He claimed he never went to see her. In fact, he hadn't seen her at all that day. Toko confirmed she received Sakura's note, but also claimed she never went to see her. A small bit of garbage fell out of Yasuhiro's pocket. Yeah, the red polka dot candy wrapper. Yellow powder found in the instep of Sakura's foot. Sakura suffered 2 blows to the head, not 1. No blood was found on either of her hands. All the bottles were weighed the same. When the bottle shards were weighed against an intact bottle, the shards were heavier. Magazine shelf, Toko's name had been written in blood. On the shelf of the chem lab, yeah, poison labeled as section C was placed on section A. Broken bottle, labeled Chem 4. The powder is assumed to have come from this. According to Byakuya, the powder would have to have been spilled after the incident took place. Someone left footprints. It appeared only near the leftmost section of the shelf. Only the suspect only had business in this area. Okay. I have enough for... Probably have enough to add one more. Steadies your aim a little. During non-stop debate. That could be useful. This is rate of fire. Don't think I need that. Try this. Okay.
Let's begin with a basic explanation of the class trial. So, your votes will determine the results. If you can figure out who done it, then only they will receive punishment. But if you pick the wrong one, then I'll punish everyone besides the blackened, and the one that deceived everyone else will graduate. Now then, where to begin.
We already know who did it.
Whoa! Deja vu.
Yeah, from the last one.
The one who killed Sakura is one of the people that hated her. Byakuya, Toko, or Hiro. It was one of you.
She is awfully quick to pass this off onto one of them.
I had nothing to do with it.
Yeah, I'd never kill someone, no way!
I don't want to hear your stupid excuses.
Hina seems really sure that one of these three is the killer, but she must have some reason for believing that.
It was one of you. One of you killed Sakura.
And what reason do you have for saying so?
Because you all had a motive. You hated her.
Is that it? That doesn't make any sense. That's the only reason you have for accusing us?
That's low. That's about as low as you can get.
There's gotta be some reason Hina feels so strongly.
It was one of you. One of you killed Sakura.
And what reason do you...
Because you hated her.
Is that it? That doesn't make any sense. That's the only reason you have for accusing us? No!
It's not it.
Another reason you suspect them is because Sakura wanted to meet with them, right?
Yeah, and that was right before she died. So there's no doubt about it. One of those three killed her.
I can't disagree with Hina. There's good reason to suspect all three of them. Then, does that mean one of them did it?
The fact that Sakura wanted to meet with all three of them, there's no way that's not suspicious. One of you is absolutely guilty.
I don't deny that she wanted to meet with us, but I never went to see her.
I didn't either.
Yeah, same here. I never saw her.
Come on. There's no way none of you went. At least one of you is lying.
And I know who. Those three were definitely contacted. They claimed they never went to see Sakura. But I don't think that's true. One of them is definitely lying.
The fact that Sakura wanted to... There's no way that one of you is...
I don't deny that she wanted to meet with us. I never went to see her.
I didn't either.
I actually did answer
Yeah,
it.
same here. I never saw her.
No, it's wrong.
I said there wasn't anything about it.
When we were talking before, you dropped a small piece of paper, remember? It was white with red polka dots.
What's that got to do with anything?
Red polka dots? That's gotta be the wrapper from the candy I gave Sakura.
No, it's
Ever since we got into the warehouse, I totally monopolized that entire box of candy. So there's no way a single one of them was left in the warehouse.
In that case, Hiro, where did you get that piece of candy?
From Sakura! It's the only explanation.
Well, I mean, yeah, sure I got it from her, but she gave it to me forever ago. It doesn't have anything to do with what happened to her.
When did she give it to you?
The last time you saw Sakura was when Hina had to go to the nurse's office, right?
And Hina said it was after that she gave Sakura the candy.
So I must have got it sometime before then.
What Hiro said can't be right. Because Sakura could only have gotten the candy after the incident in the nurse's office. The reason I know that is when she got the candy.
I'm not sure about that, Hiro. Hina didn't actually give Sakura the candy until after she left the nurse's office. So if that was the last time you saw her, there's no reason you should have had that candy.
Damn it!
There's a nurse's office, Sakura, but no... Scarlet, but no nurse.
I mean, what I meant was,
Hero.
Oh, that's right! I did meet up with her in the rec room. You got a problem with that?
Changing his story now.
But we just talked, that's all. I didn't do anything, you gotta believe me.
You're acting incredibly suspicious.
You're acting incredibly suspicious. It's not just normal hostility. You're the real culprit. I even have proof.
Proof? What are you talking about?
I'm talking about her shining message.
What would a shining message even be?
At the scene of the crime, she had written out Toko in her own blood, right? It was her dying message. Just like what you guys were talking about with Sayaka.
That's true. I saw it for myself.
See? See? Toko did it!
What are you saying? No way! I didn't do it!
You just don't know when you're beat, do you?
Hero, hold on. When did you see that dying message of hers?
Huh? Well,
Yeah, when?
When we found Ogre's body. Duh.
But if you recall, Hina was very adamant about keeping you away from the scene of the crime.
Yes.
So it's hard to believe that's when you actually saw the message for yourself.
Yeah, because it was hidden in the magazine rack. Kyoko found the magazine. It was on the magazine
I
shelf.
got it! Kyoko, you found the magazine on the magazine shelf, right?
That's right. Looking through the shelf, I found the magazine with the dying message on it. I found it right there at the scene of the crime, after we'd started the investigation.
If that's true, then what Hiro just said doesn't really make sense, does it?
Doesn't make sense? What doesn't make sense? Everything I said makes perfect sense.
No, there's an obvious problem with what Hiro said before.
I can tell you exactly when I found the dying message. When Ogre's body was discovered.
And I can tell you when I found the dying message. It was only after the investigation had begun. I found the magazine tucked away on the magazine shelf. When I pulled it out, I saw her final words.
What's your problem? What I said makes total sense.
No, there's definitely something wrong with what he said just now. I think this is another one where I have to use that flashback
When Ogre's
thing.
body was discovered.
And I can tell you when I found the dying message. It was only after the investigation had begun. I found the magazine tucked away on the magazine shelf. When I pulled it out,
What I said makes total sense. I can tell you exactly when I found the dying when Ogre's body was discovered.
and I can tell you when I
Oh,
found
did
the
the-
dying message.
It was only after
Okay,
I found the magazine
damn it.
tucked away on the when I pulled it out.
What I said makes total sense.
I wish this let me rewind.
I can tell you exactly when Ogre's body was discovered.
And I can tell you when it was only after the investigation had begun.
I found the magazine tucked up when I pulled it out.
What I said makes total sense. I can tell you exactly when I found the dying message. When Ogre's body was discovered.
Oh, no.
Shoot! I can tell you exactly when I found the dying message. When Ogre's body...
Get this one.
Shoot! can tell you exactly when Ogre's body was discovered.
And I can tell you when I found the dying message. It was only after the investigation had begun. I found the magazine tucked away on the magazine shelf. When I pulled it out, I saw her final words.
What's your problem? What I said makes total sense. I can tell you it.
Just as a bit of a safety net, actually. Oh no, I guess I can't do that now.
When Ogre's body was discovered.
There we go. That was the right combination. Yeah, he has for a while, Scarlet.
When Sakura's body was found, that magazine was sitting on the shelf nearby. That's where Kyoko found it, after we'd begun the investigation. And you weren't at the murder scene, so there's no way you could have seen it then. Tell us the truth, Hiro. When did you see the message?
Hold on. You're focusing on the wrong part. Why does it matter when I saw it? All you gotta do is read the Vienna sausage Ogre left us, and we know who the killer is. Toko!
I don't even know where to begin with that one. He's just trying to confuse us.
Actually, can we even be sure Sakura wrote that message in the first place?
Yeah, because we found her hands were clean.
Yeah? I think we can all agree Ogre wrote that message. 100%, without a doubt, she wrote it. And this is me talking, so you know it's true.
Without a doubt? No, I absolutely do doubt it. There's no way Sakura wrote that message.
Show me the proof. I'm at least 30% right. The occult is bullcrap. Give it a rest. I'm at least 30% right. The occult is bullcrap. The end is nigh. Show me the proof. I'm at least 30% right. The occult is bullcrap. Show me the proof.
This should prove it. I'm completely unconvinced that Sakura wrote that dying message. Because if you look at it, the message was almost certainly written using a finger. But both of her hands were completely free of blood.
Say what?
Then, who did write it?
Hiro could very well have written it himself. That would explain how he knew about the message in the first place.
Yep.
Yeah, that's exactly what happened.
Seriously?
He admits it.
I figured as much.
But why would you write something like that?
Because
Because...
I killed her!
What?
Please.
It can't have been this easy.
I got Ogre's note, and so I headed to the rec room right before noon, just like it said.
You just did exactly as the note asked? What a fool.
And when I got there...
Sorry, but do you mind waiting? I asked a couple of other people to meet as well. Okay. Would you like a piece of candy? It might help give you some energy. Sure, thanks.
And that's all she said. After that, we just stood around in awkward silence. Suddenly, I heard her mutter something.
This is it. I'm going to end it today. I'm going to end everything.
As soon as I heard that, I just knew. I knew she was gonna try and kill me. She was gonna kill me and make her escape.
What?
So of course I freaked out, and then... I saw my only chance. I grabbed the Monokuma bottle from the shelf and smashed it across her head. I hit her from behind before she had any idea what was happening. And she just went limp. I didn't see her move again after that. Once it was over, I pulled myself together. I realized if I didn't do something, I'd be caught and executed. So I wrote Toko's name in blood across a magazine on the table and I ran away.
She was gonna make Hiro, Toko, and Byakuya fight to the death. I'd pay to watch that.
I can't believe you! You're the worst! I hope you die!
Well, that's what happened. Go ahead. Roast me, boil me, do whatever you want.
Really?
You're not gonna
it's
get
that
off that easy. It's death. Death for the one that killed Sakura.
Whoa, Hina.
You're ready to vote now, right? We know who did it.
No, I think there's more to Hiro's story.
What are you talking about? What else could there be?
There's one thing that Hiro's story just now doesn't explain.
Yeah, I see
Until
it.
we figured that part out, we can't consider the case closed.
What is it the hero did that doesn't make sense? Was it why the magazine was hidden?
I got it!
Yeah.
It's true. Everything you just said. It doesn't explain why the magazine was hidden, does it?
It sounds like he thought the magazine was out in plain sight. But somebody hid it.
By the time the body was discovered, the magazine had been picked up and put on the shelf. Why would you take the time to write that message, then stick it somewhere we might not find it?
Oh, well, I didn't hide it. I'm sure I just left it sitting there on the table.
Yep, and he assumed it was still
Really?
that way.
He's lying! He's gotta be lying!
I don't see any reason he would lie now, after already confessing to the crime.
That's true.
Then he's not lying?
Assuming he's telling the truth, someone else must have put the magazine back on the shelf. In other words, at least one other person was in the rec room both before and after the incident.
I don't think there's any question about that.
Who was it?
If they went to the trouble of hiding the magazine,
It had to have been Toko.
they must not have liked what was
Yep.
written on it.
Because it implicated her.
It had to be Toko, right? Who else would want to hide the magazine other than the person whose name was written on it?
Was he right, Toko? Did you really go to the rec room? Why would I have... Wait! But more important, that doesn't even matter. We already know who did it, right? Hiro just admitted it.
That's right. I killed her.
No, you didn't.
Who asked you?
I don't doubt Hiro attacked Sakura with the bottle. But that's not where this case ends.
Right, because she was hit twice over the head.
What do you mean?
What he means is that Hiro isn't the killer.
You can't be serious. That's just... I don't believe it.
Hiro, tell us what happened one more time.
Scarlet, Dr. Boobs is ready to string someone up. Isn't she, though?
If we go through it once more, it should become clear he's not Sakura's killer.
So, what do you want me to do?
Just tell us what happened one more time when you attacked Sakura.
I don't really see why, but okay.
We haven't reached the end of the case just yet. Hiro isn't the real killer. I have to prove that. Oh, wow.
I didn't want to, but I did it. I grabbed the Monokuma bottle from the shelf nearby, and I hit Ogre from behind before she could do anything.
You hit her from behind. And you only hit her once. Is that right?
Yeah, just once.
Wait, what?
Shoot!
Did I act a little too,
I didn't want to.
hastily? Oh, wait, no, it was, yeah, it was Kyoko's summary. She suffered 2 blows to the head.
I grabbed the Monokuma bottle from the shelf nearby, and I hit Ogre from behind before she could do anything.
You hit her from behind. And you only hit her once. Is that right?
Yeah, just once. After the first swing, the bottle shattered, and she went limp.
See? Isn't it obvious? Hero really is the killer!
I didn't want to, but I grabbed the Monokuma and I hit Ogre from behind before she could do anything.
You hit her from, and you only hit.
Yeah, just once.
No. Oh,
After the
fuck.
first swing, the bottle shattered.
No, that's...
She went limp.
See? Hero really is the killer!
I didn't want to, but I grabbed the Monokuma and I hit Ogre.
The way this is, it can be easy to get your,
You hit her from, and you only
get
hit
mixed
her
up due to how fast-paced they make this.
After the first swing, the
Oh my
bottle
god.
shattered.
See, I'm getting all my buttons confused
I didn't want to,
over
but
which
I
of these
grabbed the
buttons
Monokuma
does
and I
what.
hit Ogre from behind before she could.
You hit her from, and you only hit her once.
Yeah, just once.
Okay. There.
No, it's wrong. If Sakura died from Hiro's single blow, that doesn't explain why she had 2 head wounds.
Yeah, they keep adding functions every time, too.
2?
That's right. She had 2 separate wounds on her head.
And remember, this girl examines dead bodies as a hobby. Personally, I'm inclined to believe her.
But I only hit her once. How could she have 2 wounds?
2 wounds means she was struck twice. What's more, both attacks must have come from a Monokuma bottle.
Hold on. How can you know that just from some cuts on her head?
We figured it
She
out.
was attacked twice with 2 Monokuma bottles?
It's not just because of her head wounds. It's also because of the Monokuma bottles themselves. There's something very suspicious about those bottles. Once you understand that point, you'll understand why 2 separate Monokuma bottles must have been used. Think back. After the incident, there were 4 Monokuma bottles left on the shelf, right? And we found pieces of a bottle on the ground, along with the chess piece it had inside.
That was the bottle Hiro hit Sakura with, right?
For now, just note that there were 4 intact bottles and 1 broken bottle. But originally, there were 6 bottles in total, meaning 1 has gone missing.
But how can you know for sure there were 6 bottles?
That's easy. If you look at what the bottles all had in common, it should become clear.
Yeah, the chess pieces. Correlation between the Monokuma bottles. I feel like it's all starting to come clear. The connection must be...
Now I understand.
A little more complex, but the correlation
That's
was
it.
easy to figure
The
out.
chess pieces. Inside each bottle, there was a Monokuma figure holding a different chess piece.
Yeah, and the knight and the queen are missing.
King, rook, bishop, pawn. I definitely remember seeing each of those.
And the piece that was inside the broken bottle we found was the knight, if I remember.
The queen is missing.
So, what's that matter?
I guess you don't know too much about chess, do you? Then let me explain. In chess, there are 6 different pieces. The king, the queen, the rook, knight, bishop, and pawn. What was left intact at the crime scene were the king, rook, bishop, and pawn. Just those 4. And on the ground was the knight.
Oh, so the queen is missing.
So we only have evidence
Yeah,
of
you
5
figured it
bottles
out.
at the scene, while one apparently went missing.
What does chess have to do with anything?
Yeah, Shogi is way better.
Yeah.
You're missing.
No, that's not what I mean.
You're missing the point.
So, let's say a bottle did go missing. There's still no evidence that has anything to do with this case. That bottle could have disappeared any time before the murder.
No. It's clear that the missing bottle is connected to this case.
How is it clear?
Think about what state the missing bottle must have been in. Maybe then you'll understand.
The bottle that was missing was also broken.
I got it! The bottle must have been broken.
What makes you so sure?
Because there was evidence at the scene that supports it.
Huh?
That's right. We found evidence that shows there was more than
Yeah,
just one
it was
broken
excited,
bottle at the
Scarlet.
scene.
And what is this evidence?
It wasn't just a single broken bottle. That was the experiment we did, because all the Monokuma bottles are roughly the same weight, but when the bottle shards were weighed against an intact bottle, the shards were heavier.
I got it! Earlier, Kyoko and I did a little experiment. We compared the weight of the broken bottle pieces at the scene to one of the unbroken bottles. And what we found was that the collection of pieces was heavier. And the reason for that is there was actually more than one bottle's worth of shattered glass.
So from this, we can surmise that 2 bottles were actually broken at the scene of the crime. But someone did their best to clean up the pieces of one of the bottles, along with the figure inside. But when they did, they must have left behind a few too many pieces. Which is only natural. They certainly had no way to measure the exact right number of pieces to remove.
But why would they have to try and get rid of it like that anyway?
Because of what it would reveal about the case.
Second missing Monokuma bottles involved. It must have been used by some bowling aficionados. I'm almost curious to answer it that way just to see how people will react, but probably nothing will happen. The second attacker.
The bottle that was removed from the scene was used the second time Sakura was attacked.
The second wound on Sakura's head came from that second bottle. Given all the evidence, this is the only possible conclusion.
The killer wanted to make it look like there was only one attack, so they had to get rid of their evidence.
From there, we can conclude that it wasn't Hiro who delivered that second blow. Wouldn't you agree, Toko? And there's the matter of the magazine. You must have been in the rec room when the incident took place.
Wait! I admit, maybe there was a second attack, but there's no evidence I had anything to do with it.
No way! You killed her! I'm sure of it!
Shut up! Until 2 seconds ago, you were claiming you killed her.
I'm not afraid to admit when I'm wrong. That's just the kind of guy I am.
And Scarlet's going with Dr. Boobs.
Plus, I just remembered something that proves it.
Oh, did you now?
Okay, fine. Let's hear it.
It was right after I got Ogre's note. I was kind of nervous about it, so I went to the rec room early. You know, to stake it out or whatever. So I was waiting there, and that's when I saw her. I saw Toko go into the rec room.
You did?
Pretty soon, Ogre showed up, and she went into the rec room. I assumed Toko was still in there, so I figured everything would be okay. That's why I headed in. But when I got inside, Ogre was all alone. Toko had disappeared.
And you just now decided to share that with us?
After the shock of thinking I'd killed someone, I forgot all about it.
Could someone tighten the screws
I
on his
guess-
brain? I think they've come loose.
I guess that's understandable, though.
Toko, where the heck did you disappear to?
I think I know.
What you're talking about? I never went in the rec room.
I'm sure she didn't disappear, but maybe she found somewhere to hide.
What? Hiding in the rec room? Don't be ridiculous. Whoa. Why are you all ganging up on me? You're all nothing but vermin.
No, it's not ridiculous at all. There's definitely proof that shows Toko is hiding in the rec room. Oh, beautiful. A new element. Now what? Press the Y button to do the final strike. Now you're going to have to pay more attention. Now you have to choose the right truth bullet to use. Beautiful. Okay.
It's a lie. I admit nothing. I hate you. I curse you. No, no, no! That's enough! I admit nothing. I curse you. I curse you. It's a lie! That's enough!
Okay.
That's enough!
This should prove it. Did you know someone left a handprint behind on the inside of the locker? They must have been hiding in there and put their hand on the wall without thinking. Does this handprint look familiar, Toko?
Think. So Scarlet thinks Hina did it. She brought her some meds and she found her unconscious, but actually gave her poison. I mean, it's plausible. Especially the way that she seems so dead set
It doesn't.
on trying to frame somebody else.
Okay then, let's just compare it to your hand, shall we? That'll clear everything up, right?
Stop wasting my time. Just tell us the truth.
Okay, it's my handprint.
Dang, she just straight up admitted it.
Then you killed Sakura!
I do, but I'm not gonna spill it yet. What fun would that be?
No, I swear, there's no way!
Out with it.
I probably did kill her.
What?
Straight up again.
Wait, what do you mean probably?
Give us the details, Toko. What happened between you and Sakura?
Talk. Now.
After I read Sakura's note, I decided to go there early, so I went into the rec room.
There might be an accomplice. You think Byakuya ordered Toko to do it?
I didn't know what she might do if I didn't even go, but I was too scared to face her head on. So I figured I'd just sneak in first and hide in the locker.
Yeah, I mean she's shown before, especially when she's like in like as like Toko, not Genocide Jack. She's extremely submissive to Byakuya. He can pretty much tell her to do anything he wants.
Did you see what happened? Did you see me hit her?
Yes, and I saw you write my name. I saw you forge her dying message.
Well, that's awkward.
Isn't it, though?
So after he left, I jumped out of the locker and put the magazine back on the shelf.
But when you did, you put it back upside down.
I didn't mean to. I was in a hurry.
Imbeciles, all of you.
Forget all that. Why did you attack Sakura? After I put the magazine back, I heard a sound behind me like a monster growling. And when I turned around,
Oh.
there was Sakura, covered in blood and staring right at me. When I saw that blood, I fainted right there in front of the magazines. I don't remember what happened after that. If you want to know more, you'll have to ask her.
Uh-oh. Oh, great. Her, you mean... Right on cue.
Guess it's back!
Yay!
It was your fault after all!
My fault, Master's fault. When our faults combine, they soar to even greater heights.
Just answer the question. Did you kill Sakura?
Well, to be honest, Miss Morose and me don't actually share our memories. So
Oh?
I can't really say what was going on. But I was just minding my own business, sleeping peacefully when someone shook me awake. Was it a prince paying me a visit? I wondered. So I opened my eyes to see... Splendor everywhere! I was not prepared for that. And, well, I guess it took me by surprise. I got so startled, I smacked her with the first thing I could find, which I guess was a bottle. Sakura was just worried about you, and you're terrible! No, she's terrible! Thanks to her, I murdered someone who wasn't an adorable boy for the first time ever!
And when it was all over, you collected the pieces of the bottle to get rid of the evidence, didn't you?
I wasn't about to die for some woman! If I'm gonna go down, I want it to be for killing Master!
Just go away and die your meaningless death alone. Don't drag me into it.
Or do, whichever works.
But I just can't catch a break, you know? Fate's got it out for me. Because normally, Sakura should have been able to dodge my attack, no problem!
Even as strong as she is, she must have still been reeling from Hiro's attack.
Hey, come on. That's... you know... But anyway, I'm not the one that killed Ogre. So that's good.
So that's good. Keep talking like that and Hina's gonna...
Well then, that's that. Let's start the vote.
What? I thought for sure you'd have some words for Hiro on that
What's
one.
wrong? Come on, everyone, we're ready to vote, right? Let's do this.
She is...
No, not quite yet.
She really wants somebody to...
Not yet? Why not yet?
Don't you think there was something odd about Toko's story? I mean, you had to have noticed.
Odd. Huh?
Hiro's attack, and then Toko's, but that still wasn't the end of it.
Yeah, because if that were... The blood stained by the magazine rack must have been where she hit Sakura.
Tell us your story one more time. Tell us
But
what
that's-
happened after you fainted. Then even this gaggle of idiots should understand what I'm talking about.
Your wish is my command, darling.
It's not over yet, is it? The one who killed Sakura is...
I was just sleeping peacefully. And all of a sudden, Sakura was right there in front of me. I remember waking up front of the magazine shelf.
You were taken by surprise when you saw Ogre covered in blood. So you smashed her head in with a Monokuma bottle?
You got it! I smashed her good!
And where did the attack take place?
Right where I woke up! I killed her there in front of the shelf!
The main problem is that the second attack really was the killing blow.
I was just sleeping peacefully, and
She was seated in a chair slumping forward. Yeah, a good ways away from the magazine shelf.
I remember waking up right in front of the magazine shelf.
You were taken by surprise when you saw Ogre covered in blood. So you smashed her head in with a Monokuma bottle?
You got it! I smashed her good!
And where did the attack take place?
Right where I woke up! I killed her there in front of the shelf!
No, that's wrong. We found Sakura sitting upright in a chair.
Sakura and Coolio are wanting,
The blow by the shelf was the cause of
they
death.
want Aoi to
There's
show
no
the goods
explanation
before
why
she
she
gets
was in that
executed.
So, you finally noticed.
That's just another lie from a bloodthirsty serial killer.
Are you sure you didn't attack her while she was sitting in the chair?
No, I'm sure she's telling the truth. Anyone who saw the murder scene should think the same way.
That has to be it. The evidence that proves there was an attack in front of the magazine shelf. Coolio wants no part of it, even though he's telling us websites to find nude Aoi pics.
I got it! Sakura was definitely attacked in front of the shelf. The blood stained by the magazines is proof of that.
And she must have moved the body after she killed her, right? All to make it look like I did it. Because when I hit her, she was sitting in the chair.
Hey, come on now, look at me! I can't carry anything heavier than my own scissors! There's no way I can move a muscle-bound heavyweight like that!
Then what's the deal?
Well, are
What
you
is the
still
deal?
convinced the case has come to an end?
But...
Plus, the biggest mystery of all, the locked room, still
I
has yet
see.
to be explained. Until
Yes.
we take care of that, we can't say this case has been properly settled.
Oh, that part's easy. After she killed Sakura, Toko just hid in the locker again.
So she just hid in there till everyone showed up and opened the door?
But we've already established that that wasn't the case.
And while everything was all confused and hectic, she just snuck out of the locker into the group.
No, I don't think that's possible.
So the way Toko was hiding in the lockers, because I saw it for myself.
I got it! Even before we opened the door to the rec room, Hina and I both got a look inside. And at that point, the locker was already open. So obviously Toko couldn't have been hiding in there.
Okay then, where was she hiding?
I don't know. What's this whole locked room thing about anyway?
How do you not know? You killed her!
I think the fact that I don't know proves I didn't kill her. Thank you very much. You're lying.
No, she's not. I've been saying all along, there's still more to this case.
But if Genocide Jill didn't do it, that means Ogre didn't die from the shot to the head.
And
Well, I can't imagine what else could have killed her.
I think I can.
that's because you're overlooking vital information.
We really be missing something so important? If there's another possible explanation, maybe it's...
What was it that killed Ogre? If it wasn't from Genocide Jill's attack, then what was it?
There's no other possible cause. What killed Sakura? I can't think of anything other than the shot to her head. So you're dead set on blaming me, huh?
Sakura's true cause of death.
What was it that killed Ogre? If it wasn't from Genocide Jill's attack, then what was it?
It's the Monokuma file that mentions the violent vomiting of blood.
What killed Sakura? I can't think of anything other than the shot to her head.
No, what's wrong? According to the Monokuma file, Sakura had vomited blood. I think we can assume there's a chance this was related to her cause of death. In fact, there was even a trace of blood left around her mouth.
Well, I mean, maybe when she got hit with the bottles, she cut the inside of her mouth.
If that's all it was, the file wouldn't have specified vomited blood. Not to mention, I didn't find any cuts inside her mouth.
You even checked in there? God, you really are into dead bodies!
No, I'm not into dead bodies. What I'm into is solving mysteries.
Yeah, again, they still haven't talked about her specialty, but it's obviously being a detective or a forensics expert or something.
Blood.
Some sort of reaction within her body. Most likely, Sakura was poisoned.
Bingo!
Poisoned?
That's right. This is the conclusion I've arrived at, and so there can be no mistake.
You're making me go all weak in the knees! She was poisoned? It isn't possible!
Is it really so hard to believe? Then let me explain exactly how the culprit was able to poison her.
You can explain it?
Of course, if you don't mind.
Everyone quiet! Shut up and listen to Master!
But you're the only one talking.
The key to unlocking this mystery was hiding in the chem lab up on the 4th floor.
Yep, now we're gonna get into
In
this.
the rec room? And I could have found it all along.
You never would have, since you gave up on the search the moment you were barred from the crime scene.
Well, yeah, good point.
There's a big shelving unit in the chem lab that houses a variety of mixtures and chemicals. And that's where I found this.
Is that the poison?
It's not an especially powerful poison, but it'll still kill you if you drink an entire bottle. But the specific properties don't matter. What does matter is where I found it.
Where'd you find it?
The shelf is divided up into 3 sections, A, B, and C. In Section A, dietary supplements. In B, reagents. And in C, a variety of lethal chemicals.
And that's where the poison came from? Section C?
Well, that's the question, isn't it?
Bottle of poison Byakuya shows. I'm sure. I know where it was found in Section A.
I got it! The poison was actually in Section A, wasn't it?
You just said that Section A was for supplements or whatever.
Strange, isn't it? Why would there be a bottle of poison mixed in with all those nutritional additives?
Yeah, so? Why?
Because someone swapped it.
Because the culprit switched it out. That's why.
What do you mean?
I mean this.
I couldn't believe my eyes. Byakuya put the bottle of poison to his lips and thank you!
Master?
Yay! We were so shocked at what we were seeing, all we could do is stand there and watch. As if it were the most natural thing in the world, Byakuya was as calm as ever.
That tastes awful.
Oh no! Master's in real trouble! You have to drink some water! You can't just swallow powder! It'll stick to your throat!
Idiot! He just swallowed poison! We need to make him spit it out!
The flavor certainly makes me want to spit it out. What's so high quality about this stuff?
Huh? What are you talking about?
I'm talking about the protein, Court.
Yeah, that would be great if he just died. It proved, oh, we were all wrong. Too bad, Byakuya.
Protein?
Can I see that bottle for a second?
Oh, sure. Do whatever you like.
Yoko took the bottle from Byakuya and scraped out a bit of the contents with one finger. She touched her finger to her tongue.
It's protein powder.
Yeah.
Correct. That wasn't poison in the bottle, but harmless protein powder. Which makes one wonder, the poison that should have been in that bottle, where did it go?
The bottle of poison was actually filled with protein powder, which would mean conversely the poison must have been in... Could it be?
Now I understand. The poison must have been poured into the protein can. If the protein's in the poison bottle, it seems only logical to assume the reverse is true, right?
Absolutely. The contents of each container were switched. So the protein was in the bottle of poison, and the poison was in the protein can. Once you accept that, it becomes obvious how the culprit was able to get Sakura to drink the poison.
Holy crap!
All they had to do was hand her something there at the scene, and she was happy to drink the poison herself.
Something at the scene.
I got it!
Yeah.
You're saying they gave her a protein drink, right?
A protein drink which actually contained a deadly poison.
What?
That's all it took to kill Sakura. That is the true cause of death.
You know, I do remember Ogre saying that protein stuff was good for all kinds of aches and pains. So maybe she took it to try and help with the whole bleeding head wound thing.
But what was offered to her instead was a bottle full of poison. And I already know exactly who swapped the mixtures.
For real?
Oh.
Who was it?
Here we go.
Evidence revealing who replaced the two materials was left in the chem lab for anyone to see.
The evidence that shows who switched them. That would be... Someone left footprints in the powder spill in the chem lab. Only appear near the leftmost section of the shelf. Is it the footprints?
I got it! The footprints left behind in front of the shelf. That's the evidence you're talking about, isn't it?
I visited the chem lab this morning, and there were definitely no footprints there at that point. They must have appeared around the time of the murder, which leaves no doubt that they're connected. What's more, the footprints were in front of Section A, where I found the bottle meant for the poison. The culprit must have gone to Section A to swap the poison and protein, leaving their footprints behind. And given how clear the prints
is that
were,
the case?
figuring out who they belong to will pose no problem.
Oh.
All we have to do is check everyone's footprints right now. Then we'll see who...
It was me. The footprints. They're mine.
It was Hina.
Hina?
If you're all gonna find out anyway, I'd rather you hear it straight from me, you know?
Ogre's killer was...
Yep.
She's admitting it now?
I did it. I killed Sakura.
Just as
What the hell?
The footprints were made by a pair of sneakers. There was no mistaking it. And the only people here who wear sneakers are...
I got it! Me and Hina are the only ones. Oh, so Byakuya. That explains why you...
Those footprints must be... Makoto, are they yours? No. Okay, then let me see your shoes and I'll confirm their size for myself.
If the footprints didn't belong to Makoto, that left only one other possibility. Plus, Hina's been acting strange ever since the trial began.
That
You
she
were in
has
an
been
awful
doing.
rush to get to the vote, weren't you?
Uh-huh.
This whole time, you've been focused on pinning the crime on someone else, haven't you?
I can't believe it.
What about it can't you believe?
Well, it's just... the two of them were so close.
That's likely exactly why it turned out this way.
I think that might have made her the least likely suspect.
Because they were so close, Sakura didn't think twice about it when Hina handed her the concoction. Hina used that trust to kill her. She deceived the victim, and she tried to deceive all of us. I have to say, Hina, coming from you, this was a particularly nasty little scheme.
Is it true? Did you
Is
really
it?
kill Sakura? And if you did, why? Why would you do that?
Yeah.
I found her. There in the rec room. She was hurt. She asked me to bring her that protein drink. But when I went to get the powder from the chem lab, it just occurred to me all of a sudden.
Now's my chance to kill her. That's what you thought, right? That's when you switched out the protein powder, and that's when you gave her the poisoned mixture.
Scarlet's referring back to when Sayaka tried to frame Makoto, taking advantage of that
She
opportunity.
drowned it. All at once. And then...
Hold it. I'm not convinced.
You're not about to claim she wouldn't kill a close friend, are you? You still don't get it, do you? The game we're playing here isn't so kind. Honeyed words like friendship don't matter here. What matters is outwitting the opponent, defeating them. Not a person alive would sacrifice themselves for another. In the end, we're all in it for ourselves. Just like how this girl sacrificed Sakura to save herself.
You say that, but I'm still not convinced.
How many times do you plan to repeat yourself?
Don't misunderstand me. I'm not saying it because of some misguided sentimentalism. But there's still that one unsolved mystery, and I'm not convinced.
Are you talking about
She's
the locked
locked.
room problem?
I think so.
Hina, if you really are the killer, explain it. How did you create that locked room?
Yeah.
Well... that doesn't matter. Just because I'm guilty, that means I have to tell you everything?
She can't tell us.
No, it doesn't. But the fact that you won't tell us concerns me.
Surely you're not... Do you honestly think Hina didn't actually kill her?
And if I do?
Impossible. She switched out the mixtures. She's the culprit. There's no way you can doubt this.
Are you sure about that? Even ignoring the fact that I don't want to believe it, it just doesn't fit.
What
Yeah,
doesn't fit?
and I can
I mean,
yeah.
why would someone leave such a clear clue like a footprint? It's too obvious, too easy.
He's right.
And there's
It
another
makes
thing
it look
about
like
those
you wanted people
footprints.
to suspect you.
I was just nervous. So, I didn't notice I'd left a footprint.
You didn't notice?
Yeah, that's just how it was. What can I do?
Listen, Hina. Could you go into a bit more detail? Tell us more about when you switched the poison and the protein.
Okay.
How come? That doesn't matter.
Hina, please, I'd like to know too.
Fine.
Waste your time if you like. It's clear that Hina is the culprit. There's nobody else to suspect. Nobody else could have possibly done it.
Go ahead, Hina. Start from the moment you arrived at the chem lab.
Well, right away I went to Section C and got the poison.
All
Was that when you spilled the powder in front of that part of the shelf?
Yeah. When I opened the bottle, I dropped it like an idiot.
I see. Okay then, go on.
yes, go
So then I
on.
moved to Section A and got the protein powder. And
No.
that's where I switched them.
No, there's no footprints going from Section C to Section
Once
A.
I was done with that, I took the protein can that had the poison in it and left the room. But I accidentally put the bottle filled with protein powder back on the wrong shelf. And because of that, everything I did got found out. And that's it.
That story you just told. First you went to Section C to get the poison, then moved to Section A to get the protein, right? Meaning you went from Section C to Section A. Do I have that correct?
Yeah.
That's true. Yep. Isn't that a little strange?
Can you repeat that series of events one more time?
What's wrong with you, Big Mac? You're being awfully pushy.
It's the same thing no matter how many times you hear it. How long until you're satisfied?
How long? Until we figure it out. Until I uncover the full truth of this case.
First, I went to Section C. That's when I grabbed the poison.
And you spilled some of the powder on the ground in front of the shelf.
Yeah. When I grabbed the bottle, I dropped it.
Okay, and then?
I moved from Section C to Section A. And that's where I switched the powders. Once I was done switching them, I put the bottle filled with the protein powder back in Section A. Then I took the bottle with the poison in it and left the chem lab. That's all there is to it.
Honestly, that's enough. How much longer must we tolerate this?
I'm sure there's something strange here. Definitely contradicts something.
First,
That was just to double check. Because footprints appeared only near the leftmost section of the shelf. It can be assumed the suspect only had business in this area.
that's when I grabbed it and you spilled some of the yeah.
Okay, and then?
I moved from Section C
To Section A.
No, it's wrong! You said you went to get the poison from Section C, and that's where you spilled the powder, right?
Yeah? What about it?
And after that, you said you moved from Section C to Section A to get the protein. But the footprints left at the scene were not moving from Section C to Section A. That contradicts what you just said.
The mix is good, isn't it, Coolio?
Then maybe she moved in some weird direction on purpose to disguise her movements?
No, that can't be it. Remember what Hina just said?
So I didn't notice I left footprints.
What the? Hina, what's the meaning of this?
Well,
You lied to us, plain and simple. If you look at the footprints, your movements in the chem lab are obvious. The powder had already been spilled when you came in, and you went straight to Section A. So you never went to Section C. Whatever you did there, it only involved Section A.
well, you see...
What the hell? What's going on here?
Byakuya's knocked for a loop
And
again.
the footprints aren't the only problem with her account.
His haughty attitude disappeared.
Before I explain that part, I'd like to submit some new evidence.
Say what?
New evidence? Impossible, there can't be.
Are you sure? After all, you're the one that gave it to me.
I did?
It was hidden inside the bottle of poison you gave me. I'm amazed you, of all people, would miss such a vital clue. A truly grave oversight.
Just say it already! What is it you think you found?
I found this.
Piece of glass.
It had sunk to the bottom of the bottle. And the hidden clue was exposed, thanks to you ingesting the powder. I couldn't have solved the mystery without you. So, thank you for that.
But what is it?
Oh, you still don't realize? Well then. Makoto, why don't you explain it?
Huh? Me?
Fine. If you really do know, explain the meaning of that shard of glass.
Shard is... It was from the same glass found in the rec room window.
It's part of the window from the rec room door, right? The window? The window we broke to get in was light blue, just like that. So I think that must be it.
You're right. It must be. Of course, that leads to another question. How did a shard of glass from the window get inside this bottle of poison?
What's so strange about that?
How indeed.
What's strange is that, according to what Hina told us,
Where's the bottle of poison should have been when I broke the window? It should have been on Section A then.
I got it! The bottle of poison was left on the shelf in the chem lab. That is what you said, right, Hina?
It was in the rec
And
room
yet,
instead.
Somehow a piece of glass from the rec room window made its way into the bottle.
Everything Hina told us was a lie?
In reality, that bottle of poison most definitely found its way to the rec room. It was there at least until the window got broken. In other words, when the locked room was unlocked. There's no other way to explain the presence of that glass in that bottle.
And then, once the room was opened, the bottle somehow got moved back to the shelf in the chem lab. Meanwhile, the protein can we found at the crime scene was planted there. That had to be after the locked room was opened. In other words, after Sakura died.
Wait, hold on. You're moving too fast. I'll grant you, the bottle of poison may well have been in the rec room when it was locked. But how can you say the protein can was put there after the room was unlocked? We already know she was given the protein can with the poison inside, right? If that can wasn't there when she died, how did she get poisoned?
You're right. We do
How
need to
indeed.
explain that. But before we do, there's something I'd like to confirm with everyone here. It has to do with the protein can. After Sakura's body was discovered, did anyone move it or trip over it or anything like that?
What are you talking about? Is this some kind of loaded question?
Not at all. Just answer to the best of your ability.
Well, no, not that I remember.
Yeah, me either.
Not me.
Same here. Yeah, me either.
Okay then, that settles it. That proves that the protein can found its way to the murder scene after the room was opened.
Oh, come on! How can you say that?
Oh, I love how flustered Byakuya is
How
getting.
can you know what I don't know?
Oh, his arrogance just doesn't have a clue. Saves me. Yeah. Because we found it on top of the glass.
When it comes to that protein can, there's not a doubt in my mind. Until the locked room was unlocked, it absolutely was not in there.
So you're saying someone planted it there after we got the door open?
No. No, that's impossible. It had to have been in there the whole time. It had to be. It was in there before the rec room was unlocked.
Something can prove someone brought the protein can into the rec room after it was opened.
When it comes to
Yeah, the empty. Shards of glass from the window was broken again into the rec room. It was found around and underneath the container.
There's not a doubt until, though, it absolutely wasn't.
So you're someone planted it there after?
No. It had to have been in there the whole time. It had to be.
It was in there before the rec room.
No, that's wrong. You remember how there was broken glass scattered all around the room, right?
Of course. It came from the window you broke to get in. What about it?
Well, those pieces weren't just scattered around the protein can. We also found pieces underneath the can.
What?
And this proves it. It shows that the can must have been put down on the floor after the window was broken. So it had to be after we got into the room.
I see. So that's your explanation. Kyoko,
He is
earlier
really...
when you asked if anyone had moved the can or tripped over it,
If that were the case, that would explain the can being on top of the glass.
So you asked everyone about it to eliminate that possibility right out of the gate.
And that's made everything clear, hasn't it? As long as it was a locked room, it only contained the bottle of poison, and not the protein can. But once the room was opened up, they were switched, and as a result, the protein can wound up in the rec room, and the bottle of poison returned to the chem lab.
if that's all true, then why did Sakura drink the poison? I thought we all agreed she was tricked into drinking it because of the protein can.
No, that's not why. The only explanation is she drank it from its original bottle, knowing exactly what it was.
Precisely. She was alone in a locked room. All she had was the poison. What other possibility is there?
You're saying she drank it knowing what it was? Such a ridiculous fiction is...
Exactly
Never
what
thought
happened.
of this.
Then tell us already. Sorry. Please, tell us.
Before we get to that, we need to clarify one other thing. We need to establish who exactly got the poison from the chem lab and took it to the rec room.
Yes, let's.
It was Hina, right? She took it and gave it to Ogre.
What do you think, Makoto?
The one who got the poison from the chem lab and brought it to the rec room. one person then. We found the evidence of it too.
I think it was Sakura herself.
Huh? So Sakura, who was apparently murdered, just poisoned herself? What are you talking about? There's no way!
On the contrary, we know for a fact she went to the chem lab, right to the section full of poisons.
You're lying! Stop lying! Why? Why would you lie like that?
No, it's not a lie. Sakura definitely went to Section C. I have to get Hina to admit that. Oh god, another one of these!
You're a liar! What are you saying? Wrong! You're wrong! I'm telling you, I did it! Stop talking! You're a liar! Wrong! You're wrong! Wrong! You're wrong! I hate you! You're a liar! What are you saying? Wrong! You're wrong! I'm telling you, I did it! Stop talking! You're a liar! Wrong! You're wrong! Do you have any kind of proof Sakura took the poison?
Oh shit, oh, fuck.
Wrong! You're wrong! Do you have any kind of proof Sakura took the poison?
This should prove it. Hina, did you know that Sakura's foot had a certain yellow powder stuck to it?
It did?
It did. The same yellow powder that had been spilled by the shelf in the chem lab. That powder was yellow, wasn't it? So the powder we found on Sakura, what else could it be but the powder from the chem lab?
Wait. So, what was that powder doing on Ogre's foot?
And it was only on her instep, right?
Sakura must have been standing right there where the powder was spilled. So the person who spilled the powder by the shelf wasn't Hina, but Sakura. And when Sakura dropped the bottle, she dropped it away from where she was actually standing. Which is how she was able to avoid getting it all over herself. But the powder still got scattered around, and some of it must have wound up on her instep. Is there any problem with my thinking?
But why did Sakura pay a visit to Section C in the first place? The only explanation is that she was looking for poison. After all, that's all that section contained.
No! It was me! The poison! Because I killed her!
No, you didn't kill her.
Jade, the one that killed Sakura. The connection between Sakura and the poison, the unsolved mystery of the locked room. There's only one way to explain it. You guys seem like you caught on really quickly, and it's pretty, I want to say it's pretty obvious by now, given what we know, but I think it's apparent Sakura committed suicide.
Here's my
I'd
answer.
say tell me I'm wrong, but
The
I know
one
we're
who killed
not.
Sakura was Sakura herself.
What? The killer was Sakura?
Wait, so you're saying it was suicide?
I don't believe it. I don't believe it any more than I believe I can fly.
I can't believe it either. Or rather, I don't want to believe it.
And I think Hina doesn't want to believe it either.
But when you really think about it, everything matches up. Sakura went and got the poison. She barricaded herself in a room, and she drank it. All so she could end her own life. And that explains why we couldn't solve the mystery of the locked room.
Because Sakura created the locked room.
The locked room mystery was created by Sakura.
I'm sure she locked herself in so nobody could stop her from doing what she did.
Oh, okay, Coolio was close then. He thought Aoi did it at Sakura's request then.
She sat there, drank the poison, and breathed her last breath. And the empty bottle of poison rolled around the locked room until we came and opened it. At that point, someone grabbed the bottle and snuck it out of the room. And that was you, wasn't it, Hina? You did it to throw off the investigation, didn't you? When we found her body, you stayed right there near the door. Because you already knew Sakura was dead. And because the bottle of poison had rolled near the doorway.
That's when you picked up the bottle, right? I was too shocked to notice anything, and Kyoko was busy checking the body.
And the more I think about it, the more I realize how unusual your actions were.
I have to go get them. I have to get the others. She feel like she left the rec room.
You said you were going to go get everyone else. But your real intention was to go to the chem lab and switch out the containers, wasn't it? Once you were at the chem lab, you headed straight to the section where the protein powder was kept. There, you took the powder and poured it into the bottle of poison you'd grabbed from the rec room. When you left the lab, all you had was the empty protein can. Thinking about it like that, the footprints make perfect sense.
When you were done, you gathered everyone together. And once you were back in the rec room...
I got everyone.
While everyone else was focused on Sakura, you quietly placed the can on the ground. Honestly, I should have noticed. You should have been the first one to run up to Sakura's lifeless body. The Hina I know never would have left her side in a situation like that.
So, Sakura committed suicide. In order to hide this fact, Hina undertook a series of actions to undermine the investigation. As
Why
long
was
as
that?
you could disguise the truth, you didn't care if we blamed you for her death.
Did she
That's why
really
you didn't
just
bother
not
to get
want
rid of
to...
such obvious evidence, right?
Did she really just not want to accept
The
it?
footprints in the powder and the bottle of poison, vital pieces of evidence, and yet,
So you're saying Hina consciously deceived us to make it look like she killed Sakura?
No, I killed her! I did it!
That's enough, Hina. It's over.
It's not! Nothing's over!
It is. Actually, no. You're right. We have to end this properly.
Yep. That means one of these. Okay, we gotta piece it together again. So, Sakura gave... I want to talk to Hiro, Toko, and one other person. That was Byakuya. She gave them each a note. Toko went to the rec room first. She went there and hid somewhere. She went and hid in the locker. So she watched as Sakura came in. Then Hiro arrived. She offered him a piece of candy. Hiro thought that misinterpreted her and thought that she was going to kill him. So he grabbed one of the bottles, hit her over the head with it. That was the one with the night piece in it. He thought he killed her, so, let's see, he forged Toko's name on the magazine, and then left. Toko came out of the locker. Okay, now this panel and this panel are again some of those that look way too similar. I might have gotten those ones mixed up. We'll have to see. But anyways, Toko came out. She was watching the whole thing. She saw her name forged on it. So she folded up the magazine and put it back on the shelf. In her haste, she didn't realize she placed it upside down. Sakura got up. She saw the blood on her face and passed out. She reawakened as Genocide Jill. Then she grabbed the second bottle and hit her over the head with that. That was the one with the queen piece. She cleaned up the piece, as many of the pieces as she could, to disguise the fact that she had hit her, and then she ran off. And then that was where Sakura decided to decide she had had enough. Wait, let's... What killed Sakura? Yeah, the Chem C9. That was when we discovered the body. We broke in, found the body. That was where Golem, or Hina, she saw the poison bottle. She slipped out. Went to get the others. And then slipped the protein bottle. Back at the location. Okay. Hopefully this is right.
The killer is you! This case began when Sakura asked a number of people to meet her in the rec room. Specifically, those people were Hiro, Toko, and Byakuya. But one of them headed out a bit earlier than the others. Toko. She got there one step ahead of everyone else and looked around for a good hiding spot.
Okay, it was the other one. Again, they don't do a good job of making it apparent. I heard that they did a better job of this in the sequel.
Here's exactly what happened. But one of them headed out. She got there one step ahead. And she found it. She crawled into the locker to get out of sight. Then, from inside the locker, she saw Sakura enter the room. Next to arrive was Hiro. When he got there, he mistakenly thought Sakura was going to try to kill him, so he panicked. Without thinking, he grabbed a nearby Monokuma bottle and attacked Sakura with it. Thinking he'd killed her, he hastily began covering up his crime. He took a magazine from the table and forged a dying message from Sakura. To that end, he wrote down a name. Toko. By writing her name, he was hoping to pin the murder on her. But of course, Toko had witnessed the whole thing. So as soon as the coast was clear, she jumped out of the locker and hid the magazine on the shelf with all the others. But in her rush, she made one little mistake. She put the magazine back upside down. Soon after, she watched as Sakura slowly opened her eyes. She also saw the blood dripping off Sakura's head and fainted. This caused her personality to switch back over to Genocide Jack. When she woke back up, her second personality also saw the blood-soaked Sakura, and she freaked out. And just like Hiro, she grabbed another Monokuma bottle and attacked her. This explains why there were 2 wounds on Sakura's head. Assuming Sakura really was dead this time, she set about disposing of the evidence. She gathered up the broken Monokuma bottle shards and the queen chess piece. And that explains how Sakura was attacked twice with the same type of weapon. But even after those 2 blows, she was still alive. So then, what was Sakura's actual cause of death? It was the poison that Sakura herself got from the chem lab. She turned the rec room into a true locked room scenario, and then drank the deadly mixture. And there, she took her final breath. Later on, the rest of us discovered that her body was in there. We had to smash the door's window to get inside. But someone already knew what had happened. Knew that she had committed suicide. And that same someone quietly snatched the bottle of poison from off the ground. And while nobody was looking, replaced it with an empty protein can.
There we go.
They did all this specifically to place all the suspicion on themselves, in an attempt to guide the trial to a false conclusion. And the one who went to all that effort was you, Hina. That's the full truth of the case.
Oh my god, poor Hina.
Sakura took her own life. And you claim to be the killer to hide that fact. Isn't that right?
That's what happened?
And Byakuya is totally knocked for a loop here. I'm kinda liking it.
But, Makoto, how did you manage to... How were you able to uncover the truth that even I couldn't discern?
Huh? Oh, well, I mean...
You still haven't realized? We don't all act according to calculations and cost-benefit diagrams. That's what makes us so complicated. That's what you don't understand. And that's why you couldn't solve this case. See? Didn't I tell you? When you dismiss other people's feelings, it'll always come back to bite you in the end.
So is that it then?
Okay, I think we can all agree you made your point. Did you guys forget already? You still haven't voted yet.
Oh yeah, that's right.
You seriously forgot? I can feel my energy draining out of me. Well, whatever. You don't really have a choice anyway. You just gotta do it. Maybe you don't want to, but please grab your lever and cast your vote.
Actually, I have a lot more medals than before, Coolio.
So, who will be chosen as the Blackened?
In fact, you might have just noticed I just got the achievement for having 999 medals.
Will you make the right choice?
Which is, again,
the wrong one?
which is, funnily enough, a reference to 999.
What's it gonna be? What's it gonna be?
Yay.
Okay.
Yeah, that's right. The one who killed Sakura was Sakura herself.
My entire existence!
Okay, we're done here.
What did you say?
So that's the whole truth, huh? I see. But there's still one thing I don't understand.
Come on.
Hina, why did you try to cover up what happened? Same reason you tried to cover up what happened a couple chapters ago? If the truth hadn't come to light, you'd have died along with the rest of us.
What are you thinking?
And yet you... Why did you do that?
Don't be mean.
Yeah, we almost died there.
What is this?
Because... That's exactly what I wanted. What? I mean... The reason Sakura died is because all of you pushed her into a corner. You all killed her. So that's why
You should have been the one to die.
I couldn't let her be the only one that died.
What?
You don't mean... You were gonna take us all with you? We have to atone for our sins. Because everyone, even me, we all killed her. We all have to pay for our crimes.
What?
We're serious? That's...
What is this?
You still don't understand? Then let me explain. Do you realize just how much despair Sakura was carrying with her when she died? Look at this. Such brutality has made me desperate. So instead of just waiting to be killed, I'll do it by my own hand. That's... I found it on the ground, in front of the rec room. It's Sakura's suicide note. Yeah, Sakura, I guess she did leave one. Suicide note? Thinking back, I should have seen it coming. It was right after Genocide Jack had attacked me. Sakura got mad and stormed out of the nurse's office. I ran out after her and... Sakura, calm down. You don't have to worry about me. I'm fine. I can't calm down. I don't care if I suffer for this. It's my fault after all. Oh, did I do it again? Damn it, I'm getting those S names mixed up, aren't I?
No forgiveness!
You tried to protect me, but because of me,
I can't forgive this!
my closest friend got hurt. Sakura, because of me, my friends are all going to kill each other. This is all my responsibility. Sakura thought she was responsible. She thought everything was her fault, which is why she wanted to find some way to get everyone to forgive her. So she asked to meet with them. You asked to meet with those three? You can't. Don't you see how dangerous that is? Don't worry. I just want to talk to them.
But,
Talk about what?
um...
Listen, don't do it. If they all gang up on you at once, even you.
Hina.
Please, don't think of things like that. They're not my enemy.
They're friends.
She still believed in them. Sakura. She clearly believed. She completely believed in all of us. If you just talked to her, you would have understood. She was a friend to all of us. And yet...
Why?
And yet... You trampled all over her feelings, and then you did the unthinkable. No, that was just a misunderstanding.
What are you saying?
Don't just stand there and call it a misunderstanding. She believed in you, and you wouldn't even listen to what she had to say. Without asking a single question, you tried to kill her.
I won't forgive you.
Do you have any idea how desperate she was seeing you act like that? That's what her suicide note means. So instead of just waiting to be killed, I'll do it by my own hand.
Why?
That's how far you pushed her.
Huh?
Sakura, what happened to you?
Hina.
You came. Wait right here, I'll help you out.
Hina.
Huh?
I'm so glad I got to meet you. What's wrong, Sakura? Why are you talking like that?
I have a favor to ask.
Huh?
A favor?
Some protein.
Could I ask you to... Yeah, you got it. Just hang on, I'll be right back. That was the last conversation I had with her. I went to the chem lab to get the protein she asked for. When I got there, I saw the powder, and that's when I realized. I saw someone had taken something from the poison shelf. Sakura. So I ran back to the rec room as fast as I could. By the time I got there, it was already too late. Sakura,
Please!
let me in. Please open the door.
Why? Why?
Why did she have to die? She had weaknesses just like any other person. If she got cut, she bled. If someone hurt her, she felt it. That's weakness. That's normal. And yet,
Why?
you all blamed her. I tried to protect her and I suffered for it. And that just added to the weight she had to carry. And I didn't even realize it. Hina. We killed her. All of us. We pushed her into a corner and we murdered her.
Why?
People like us shouldn't be allowed to live. And that's why you tried to lead us astray. You did your best to make us arrive at the wrong conclusion during the class trial. Sakura died hating all of us. I wanted to free her of her regrets. But even that got found out. In the end, I wasn't able to do anything for her. I could never face her after this.
Hey, hey!
I'm sorry to interrupt right where you're about to deliver the final tearjerker, but
Hey!
it's just taking so long! I'm about to fall asleep over here! I mean, do you really think you have any idea what Sakura was actually thinking when she died?
What is this?
What'd you say? Everything you just said is nothing but your mad interpretation, right? Your own opinion on what her suicide note meant?
What are you saying?
Of course I know what she was thinking. Just her and me.
In other words,
Well, what I'm really trying to say is...
yes indeed.
Don't you think the entire foundation is shaky? What if it was really like this? What's that?
Heck?
What's that?
Of course.
Isn't it obvious?
Yep.
A suicide note. Sakura's suicide note. What? But Hina already...
Too bad.
Oh, I wrote that one. It was all me, baby.
It's true.
This is the one Sakura addressed to Hina and put in her room.
Huh?
What? Then... You lied to me?
Unbelievable.
Oh, don't say lie. It just makes it sound so dirty. I just thought I'd liven things up a bit. So, that other note was a fake?
Well now.
I can't help it if you totally took my little scribbles at face value. Didn't even have Sakura's signature on it. You filthy little... I'm not filthy, I didn't do anything. Did I falsify evidence? Did I affect the outcome of the class trial? The case played out between you and you alone. You were the ones jerking each other around. Heck, even if the will had factored in, it still would have been between you guys. So it's a problem. This is all part of the production process. Okay, and scene. Cut!
And?
So then, what did she write in her real suicide note?
What are you gonna do?
I'm glad you asked. For your benefit, I shall read it using my melodic, angelic, harmonic narrator voice.
Hey!
But you know, haven't you ever been curious about the whole suicide note thing? Who came up with the idea of leaving a note when you kill yourself in the first place?
But hold on.
And isn't it just so unfortunate? Killing yourself is just so final, you know? You can never hear the rest of their story. The truth is lost in darkness. Gives me the willies.
Enough already.
Could you get on with it, please?
Yes, indeed.
Okay, jeez, talk about a buzzkill. Alright, here we go. Ahem. My good friend Hina, there's something I have to tell you. I hate to do it like this, but you need to know. This is my final wish.
As you know, I've been giving information to the one who's imprisoned you here.
It was our first night in the strange school that the mastermind came to see me.
You see, the mastermind took control of my family's dojo and demanded I become their tool.
You might not see the importance of a dojo, but my family has watched over it for over 300 years.
I couldn't let it be destroyed under my watch, so even if it meant my own life, I had to protect it. That's how I saw things.
However, that was my greatest weakness. And because of that, I made the mistake of giving in to the mastermind.
And what the mastermind wanted from me was nothing less than murder.
They were probably worried that until the first murder had happened, nothing would move forward. But what neither the mastermind nor I expected was the incident involving Sayaka. At that point, the plan changed. The mastermind told me to hold off, to wait until we reached another stalemate.
However, as I lived here with all of you, as I lived here with Hina, my resolve began to weaken.
Watching everyone fight with such despair, trying so desperately to stay alive, I saw the weakness in my own heart, the mistake of succumbing to the mastermind. And more than anything,
I cannot betray those who would call me their friend.
that's how I came to feel. So that's why Sakura...
I've made a decision. I will no longer retreat, no longer compromise, no longer regret. I've made my decision. I'm going to resist you.
Of course, because of that, I decided to reveal her secret, which made everyone else hate her. Her decision to stay true to all of you led directly to all of you hating her for it. Ironic, isn't it? Or maybe oxymoronic, or just moronic.
Of course, I understand if you all hate me, All of this is because of my own weakness.
I am perfectly willing to accept whatever attack you may want to make on me.
So this is my atonement for betraying you. That's what I had in mind.
But unfortunately, that's not enough. This won't end with me just accepting your hatred.
My own situation has started having an effect on more people than just me. Which is exactly what the Mastermind wanted when they revealed my betrayal.
My betrayal brought suspicion, disharmony. The Mastermind knew that eventually it would escalate into someone murdering someone else.
Of course, I'm still responsible for that as well.
I have an obligation to get this situation under control. And to fulfill that obligation, I've decided to do as the Mastermind has commanded. I will do as I was told, and commit murder.
But I've decided the one I'm going to kill is... myself.
If the Mastermind demands that I kill someone, then that someone will be me. Then my dojo will be safe, and above all else, none of you will have to kill anyone. When I die, the source of our conflict among you all dies with me. For that, I'm willing to give up my life.
If it can save you, then sacrificing my own life could have no greater meaning. Whatever you think of me, please know that you are all my most treasured friends.
I've never had people like you in my life.
Huh?
Then Sakura didn't feel cornered. She didn't die hating us.
No way!
She wanted to stop us from fighting, to protect us.
Correct.
She didn't end her own life because she was weak. Quite the opposite, in fact. She was strong. Too strong. That's why she killed herself. She chose death for herself in order to protect the rest of us. To sacrifice so much, no normal person could do that.
However,
It was only her limitless strength that made it possible. Damn.
Finally, Hina, I want to apologize to you especially.
The reason I didn't tell you any of this is because I knew you would try to stop me. I'm really, truly sorry, but please don't be sad. If I can thwart the Mastermind's plans, if I can keep you from killing each other, that's enough for me. This is the path I've chosen. This is the only way I have left to distinguish myself. And you can use this note to bring the class trial to a quick end. That's why Monokuma stole it. I'm so sorry to ask you to do something so unpleasant, but I have to leave the rest to you. Please talk to Byakuya, Toko, and Hiro on my behalf. I can't tell anyone about my plan while I'm alive, but I wanted you to understand why I'm doing this. In the end, though, I hope to show myself through actions and not words. Hopefully, then they'll see.
I never saw you as my enemy. You were only ever my friend, who I wanted to help as much as possible. Hina, whatever it takes, survive. Survive along with everyone else. No matter what, just survive.
But...
Damn. This is... I didn't understand how she felt. Not at all. I thought we were close and still...
What are you gonna do?
But in the end, all of her meddling was, like, totally pointless.
Uh-oh.
She died so you guys wouldn't try to kill each other, but you almost ended up doing it anyway. Thanks to you, her death had no purpose at all. In fact, it was because of her stupid meddling that the rest of you nearly bit the big one.
Too bad.
She deserves all the blame. Everyone blame her. Go ahead, she deserves it. Now then, the next victim has been decided. Wait, what do you mean the next victim? Nobody here blames anyone.
Huh?
First of all, you're in the wrong for tricking Hina with that fake suicide note. And plus, Sakura's death wasn't a waste.
Say what?
Because she made us remember, we're not enemies that hate each other. We're friends who need to work together.
You know?
Damn straight. This is all because of our misplaced hatred.
Well,
I don't blame her. I can't blame her. And nobody can blame Hina either.
Ooh-hoo.
Whether or not there was a spy never really mattered. Because the one we need to destroy is you. Nobody else.
What? What do you want?
The heck? That's not how this is supposed to go!
How strange.
But anyway, are you sure about that? This killing game's a competition between all of you, remember?
Hey!
Your enemy is each other. He's absolutely right about that. Oh, Byakuya. Ah, lovely Byakuya, you understand, don't you? This is a life or death elimination match. The only way to survive is to win. There can be no doubt that those are the rules of the game. Which is why I'm bowing out of the game. What?
Naturally.
Sakura and Hina were both willing to sacrifice their own lives to deny the reality of the game. Thanks to them, it would appear that the others have cast aside their fear for this game.
Don't make me repeat myself.
There's no point in participating in a game which has lost that sense of excitement. Which is why I will no longer be participating in it. Is this your way of saying that you're actually starting to come on board in your own little way? What's going on here? Now I have only one thing to look forward to.
It's all clear now.
That is to heap the harshest possible punishment onto the one who thinks they can control me. Byakuya, does this mean? Don't misunderstand. I haven't been moved by some thoughtless sentimentalism, if that's what you're thinking. Wherever Master goes, I go. And if the mastermind turns out to be a guy, maybe I can catch on fire. Everyone.
Hey,
Well, now can you say Sakura's death had no meaning? Yeah, how boring. Nothing good can come of this. I'm still gonna be the one having the fun time.
what the heck?
The fun time? Anyway, let's forget about that good-for-nothing backstabber and get back on track.
You want me to punish you guys?
It's the moment you've all been waiting for. Punishment time! Wait, who are we punishing, though? What? But Sakura is technically the killer, and she's dead. You're not gonna... Is it... Oh, you're not gonna punish Hina, are you? Oh, heavens no! Just because the Blacken's dead doesn't mean I can just sub in whoever old student I want. Didn't I tell you? I'm very particular about the bare times one rule.
Listen up!
But I spent so much time preparing my special punishment, it'd be a shame to let it go to waste.
Yoo-hoo!
So for my special punishment, I prepared a special guest. A special guest?
Let's give it everything we've got! It's punishment time!
What's he doing? Oh no. Well, he found alter ego. Oh, you made a nice little Monokuma ball out of it. Great. you.
Oh, no!
You suck, man. You turned me into a mangled hunk of junk. Ooh, that really took it out of me. Maybe I'll go grill up a plate of chicken. After all, they say for post-workout grub, chicken's where it's at. And I'm all about the grilled goodness. Fried, broiled, give me a break. The color, the smell, the succulence. Grilled is where it's at. I realize how dangerous it could be. But still, I have to do this. I'm scared, but I can handle it. I don't really understand why, but when I think about everyone else, my courage starts to grow. You might think I'm just some inhuman AI, but it's true. So it's okay.
Gonna do my best.
If it's for the sake of everyone else, I won't be afraid. Alter Ego's words raced through my heart and soul. My disbelief gave way to raw anger. The anger turned to fury, black and muddy and boiling over. It bubbled up through my body, quickly overflowing and shooting out my mouth. How dare you! That was my friend! How dare you kill him!
What's the matter?
Huh? You were friends with a laptop? That's pretty pathetic. What's next? Friends with a basketball? Shut the hell up! It wasn't just a laptop, he was my friend. And you killed him. Is this what you call animism? Like where a soul dwells within all things? Like even laptops? Well, you can call it whatever you want. Bottom line is it got in my way. I was trying to find things out all sneaky.
Just as I thought.
So, you finally noticed him.
Actually,
Finally? No. I knew about it from the very beginning. I knew Chihiro was doing something with a laptop, and I knew you were using it to analyze data. I knew exactly how it was all going to play out from the start. Really?
What are you thinking?
You knew, and you were still cocky enough to let us take the plunge?
yep.
Well, I mean, the date in that laptop, it was, I guess you'd call it a gift from me to you.
Phew.
Or maybe more like a reward in honor of you being able to unlock something so difficult.
Hey,
So of course I didn't care if you got access to that. But sneaking into the network was just too personal. I had to do a little, reformatting.
I want to be able to help.
I want to keep being helpful to everyone. Yeah, the number 16. They haven't participated in the trials yet, which is kind of odd. We haven't even seen them at all yet. By the way, welcome to the stream, Choke on Milk. I want to work as hard as everyone else so we can all get out of here. Alter Ego wanted to fight for us. He wanted to help at the risk of his own life. And for that, he was killed. Yeah, the punishment time has made me feel 1,000,000,000 times better.
Very nice.
Experiencing a meaningless death is so soothing. It makes me remember that every low can get even lower. No, his death wasn't meaningless either. Everyone who's died so far, the deaths of each and every one of our friends, they all make us stronger. I swear to God, someday you will pay for this.
Ba-bum, ba-bum.
Holy moly, you're super mad, like, just unreasonably upset.
Well,
Okay, time to bring things to a close. Oh, but before that,
uh-huh.
I need to read the postscript.
What?
Postscript?
Yep.
Yep. There's still a bit more of Sakura's note.
Huh?
Man, how long is this going to go on? Do I have your attention? Okay, then here we go. Prepare your ears for the dulcet tones of yours truly. One other thing, Hina. There's something I'd like you to tell the others. Hopefully it will act as a clue to help you unravel the mystery of this school. What? A clue?
Hina.
I've spoken with the Mastermind off and on the whole time I've been here, so I've learned one thing, which is the Mastermind has done something to us. Done something? I think what they've done is... Oopsie daisy! That was a close one! Another word and we would have been hip-deep in spoiler territory.
Too bad.
Okay, I didn't want to ruin the surprise, so book club's dismissed for today. Well, you can't just stop at the most important bit. That makes your brain rumble and tumble, huh? Makes you so mad you don't even friggin' know, huh?
You guys?
That's the whole point, stupid! Let's get back at all of you for hardening your resolve. Fine, but at least Sakura's note. Like I never let any of you greaseballs have it. But
Too bad.
sucks for you, loser. Wait, what's this?
What?
What is it now?
What?
There's one last line in the note. Let me just say this to the mastermind. I'm not going to just lay down and die. I will fight you, you bastard, no matter what. And that's seriously it. Huh? Wow, what a stubborn loser, huh? She won't lay down and die. She'll fight you. Well, whatever. Who cares what some dead musclehead has to say?
Well?
Okay, I'm out of here. You guys should try to get some rest, you know. Maybe take some time to reconsider how you approach the school life years. And you sure don't want to graduate? Can you really cut free from the regrets of the outside world? Think about that. Think long. Think hard. Those were his parting words to us before disappearing. But what was that all about? Sakura's final message, her last clue to help us solve the mystery of the school. The mastermind did something to us. Kyoko said something like that before, didn't she? It was after Celeste's trial was over.
You.
What did you do? What did you do to my body?
Ooh.
What?
Hey.
Answer me. What did you do to my body? The mastermind did something to our bodies. What are they saying the mastermind did? What did the mastermind do to us? I mean, did the mastermind plant a bomb in us or something? And if we try to leave the school, a sensor goes off and the bomb explodes? Scarlet says they're in the Matrix. I've seen stuff like that in movies and comics and stuff, so it's not totally unheard of. No, I feel awful just thinking about it. I can't afford to acknowledge thoughts like that.
Yo,
So the class trial's over and Monokuma's gone.
but
So now what do we do?
Yes.
What else is there other than to head back up? Okay, let's get out of here. But Hina must still feel responsible. Dial back that ego a bit, girl. That kind of mystery someone like you could pose is absolutely no threat.
Not possible.
I would never have lost to that kind of challenge. What are you talking about? Kyoko and Makoto are the ones that figured everything out.
Stop talking.
Shut up. I think you got burned by Hiro there, Byakuya. Aw, but Hina. Seriously, I'm sorry. How many times do you plan to apologize? How about you make that the last one? I haven't reached a point where I need someone apologizing to me more than once.
Sorry.
Okay, I see what you mean. Then I'll try. That totally wasn't normal, right? Did she just capture his flag?
No, 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 no!
Uh-oh. I cannot suffer the existence of someone who would disturb the romance between me and Master! What are you talking about? That's absolutely not what's happening here. How'd I ever go for a sleazeball like him?
What did you say?
Sleazeball?
What the heck?
That's right, I call you a sleazeball because you are sleazeball! Apparently you have a death wish. Oh, more biting sarcasm. No wonder you don't have any friends.
No, 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 no!
Oh, are you really gonna start fighting again now? Hey, stop fighting with Master. You're making me jealous. I want the abuse give and take. Me! I guess it's not so easy for everyone to act like friends. Well, that's just how it is for now. And so, Sakura's class trial came to an end, and we returned to the world of Hope's Peak Academy. But the story wasn't even close to over. Time kept marching on. We all went back to our rooms, and before long, night snuck up on us.
This is a as such.
Yeah.
Soon the doors to the dining. Okay then.
Hey, we really heading to bed? Nighttime descended, pulled me along with it, down to sleep. Couldn't remember the last time I'd fallen into such a deep sleep. But the night still wasn't over for me. A voice. I could hear a voice. Wake up. Huh? Wake up. Huh? The voice dragged me from deep slumber into hazy half-consciousness. Oh, Kyoko.
Kyoko?
Yes, it's me.
Kyoko?
I said yes.
How'd you get into my bedroom? Yeah, shit. In a flash, I was wide awake. What are you doing here?
It's true.
I'm here to wake you up. Oh, I see. Wait, but my door... It was unlocked. You were unbelievably careless. It was unlocked. Are you serious?
Hey.
Always. And you don't have to overreact like that every time you're surprised. What time is it?
Correct.
3 o'clock. In the morning, of course. It's 3 a.m.? Why was Kyoko waking me up at this hour? Is it sexy times, as Scarlett's suggesting? It's so late. What happened?
Makoto.
I have a favor I need to ask. What's your favor?
So...
Remember what Sakura said at the end of her note. I'm not just gonna lay down and die. I will fight you. I want to find out what she meant by that. Okay, but how are you gonna do that? Kyoko put her lips next to my ear and whispered. The data center on the 4th floor. What?
Goodbye.
I'll meet you there. Without another word, she was gone. What the? Her words reverberated through my half-dazed head. The data center? But I thought it was locked. Oh, can I not? Oh, we just went there automatically. Eventually I wound up at the data center, but when I arrived, Kyoko's not there. That's weird. She said she'd meet me. Is she maybe inside already? You know, you guys, you're talking about, like, the Matrix and whether or not this is real. That does actually sync up with something that Makoto has been repeating almost several times throughout this, and like, this is real. This is reality. Stuff like that. I put my hand to the door, and with a certain amount of force, it didn't open. I tried again, but... must be locked. What was it Kyoko said? The data center on the 4th floor?
What's this?
Aw, shit. What are you doing up, mister? Breaking into a locked room's incredibly prohibited, don't you know? Oh, well, I just... You're trying to tell me you didn't actually bust in yet? Right? But... I can see that, you dolt. Don't waste my time telling me crap I can see for myself.
Unbelievable.
It looked like you might break in any second, so I just thought I'd give you a friendly reminder. Or are you gonna try to tell me you were sleepwalking or something? No, nothing like that. I It's 3 o'clock in the morning, for crying out loud. Even I get tired, you know? Stop being weird and go back to bed. What's wrong now?
Just a second.
Why are you out here making a racket? Oh, there you are, Kyoko.
You too? You guys?
Whatever, the two of you, just get back to bed. I'm positively exhausted from the class trial.
It's true.
Sure, you got it. Come on, Makoto, let's head back. What?
Hey,
Didn't you hear me? We're leaving. I have no idea what's going on anymore.
shall we go?
Don't worry about it. Let's just go. Okay. Yeah, go on, get out of here. Shoo! Okay, what was that all about then? So we left and went back to our rooms. And then...
Goodbye.
Hold on. Listen, what was that all about just now? She woke me up, made me go to the data center, which just so happened to be locked, and then she shows up late, and we leave without checking a single thing. What was the point of all that? Don't worry about it. I figured that would be the end of our conversation, just like always, but...
Goodbye.
Well then, good night. Sure. And then that was over. But as I turned to leave...
Mukuro Ikusaba.
Huh? Who? Kyoko was right next to me once again, whispering into my ear.
Mukuro Ikusaba. The 16th student, lying hidden somewhere in your school.
Oh.
The one they call the ultimate despair. Watch out for her.
Okay, then. Oh. Yes, Coolio, we have a name for student 16, again, who we haven't met yet. We'll have to see what that's all about next time then, I guess.
Mukuro Ikusaba.
Yep, that's the name. So with that, I'll call it a stream. Thank you all for watching, and I'll see you guys next time. Have a good night, everyone.